Recording. So hi there, everyone. It's Alex Ward here, the broker of Maxwell Devonshire Realty in Edmonton, Sherwood Park, Calgary, and Lethbridge. We are doing our bi-weekly strategic partner education moment series, and this week we have Janice Baskin joining us from Camelot Interiors. So thank you so much, Janice, for joining us today. It's a pleasure to have you on. A little bit background about Janice. Janice is one of the owners of Camelot Interiors. Her and her partner, Chris, have been working together for, I believe, over 10 years and work both in the Edmonton and Calgary area and work with builders, homeowners, home sellers, real estate agents, and they happen to be a strategic partner and a preferred partner of Maxwell Realty. So I'm going to pass it off to Janice and let her introduce herself a little bit and then talk to us about the wonderful world of blinds.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Alex. I really appreciate you having me here today. And thank you for the introduction. So as Alex said, my name is Janice Baskin, and I, along with my husband, Chris, own a company called Camelot Interiors. We specialize in the supply and install of custom window coverings. So the biggest misconception out there, and the number one question that I get is, am I an interior designer? I am not an interior designer. We don't currently, we no longer provide interior design services, super long story, but we stick solely to the supply and install of custom window coverings, so blinds and shades. My background is actually in psychology and marketing, and so as my role in the business is to work on our marketing, to build relationships with folks like yourselves, and to ensure that our clients get a good customer experience. So this is my partner, Chris. He is also my husband. Chris has owned the company for 23 years. So he has purchased the company in 1997 in Calgary, and we are still active in both Edmonton and Calgary. And in 23 years, we have worked on thousands of products or projects. We believe in carrying quality products that we know have a good warranty that will be the best for both function and look for our customers. And with that, obviously, we like to provide a great quality customer experience. So what I want to do today is just talk really quickly about who our clients are and the products that we carry. But then because most of you are realtors and you might want to learn a little bit about how this would help you work with your customers. So there's some things happening in the industry right now and some big questions that I get that I think might help you serve your clients better as you're working with them, because we all know buying a home is stressful. So let's try to mitigate one less of those stresses in your clients' lives. So as Alex mentioned, we work with homeowners and sellers, home builders, contractors, renovators, interior designers, business owners, and commercial developers. We do have a big line of commercial products, and that's something that we have been growing our commercial portion of our company. I'm going to talk about that today because most of you work with homeowners, so that's where I'm going to focus our attention. And really quickly, the products that we carry. So Hunter Douglas is a household name. Most of you will know Hunter Douglas and recognize it as a brand. That is one of the products that we carry. Shade-O-Matic is our highest selling product, and it is owned by and manufactured by Hunter Douglas. It carries a Hunter Douglas warranty. It is a high quality product. And the way that I like to describe it is the difference between a Lexus and a Toyota. So you have your high-end luxury brand, might have a few more things that are fancy, some proprietary systems that aren't available elsewhere, being your Lexus or your Hunter Douglas of the world. And then you have your utility brand, something that is also a great product with a great warranty behind it. But it might just be a little less fancy and comes at a lower price point. And so that's the difference between the Hunter Douglas and Shade-O-Matic. Lutron is a really high-end product. It's been designed by electrical engineers. It's full home automation. So we have a small market that we work with that product. And then Ultex is a commercial brand. So I won't go into that one. So this is the bulk of what I wanted to talk about. There are three big questions that I get time and time again. And I think that there might be questions that are things that you could work with your clients to help them understand some of the costs and the things involved after the purchase of that home has happened. And these are some of the things that hopefully will help to give you some tools to work with your clients so that once the house has been purchased, maybe there's a little less stress in their lives. So the first question, of course, how much do blinds cost? And you know, your buyers and your sellers are probably very conscious of price, and they have to be. But the answer to that question is, it depends. So it's really difficult to give someone an estimate without having a whole lot more information. So I just showed you that as a company, we carry 4 different brands. Within those brands, there are actually multiple different types of blinds. So different products. You have honeycomb shades and faux wood shades and roller shades and, you know, all types of different things. I believe we have access to 9 different types of blinds within each brand. And then when you get into that, we actually have multiple colors, fabrics, and lifting systems, and all types of things that factor into the cost. So we've worked on projects where, you know, a house, an average single family home, someone might say, well, just how much? Like just a ballpark. We've done a single family home for $2,500, and we've done them for $60,000. So there really is just such a wide range of prices. But there are some things that we can do to help you work with your clients so they at least have a budget in mind, or they have an idea of what to expect once they've purchased a home. So what we can do is, if they have an idea of what they might like or what their needs are, and then either if they're buying a spec or building a house or doing a renovation, if they have window sizes, we can give them an estimate of what that might cost them, just so they know moving forward what to expect. It's not an accurate price, so the best way to get an accurate quote is for us to actually meet with the clients, which we can do prior to them taking possession of the home, and doing a full consultation. So where we would choose their product and all the individual fabrics and lifting systems, and then take a measure of the windows, and then we can get them a more accurate pricing. But we can do an estimate if that's something that they just want to know, you know, how much will it cost. The next question, when is the right time to start talking to your clients about window coverings? So there are 2 times that I feel are crucial when you could start to have this conversation with your clients. The first is at financing. So when someone is looking at the purchase price of a home, if there are things like window coverings that they want to add into the price of their mortgage, we can actually give them a budget so that they can give that to their mortgage broker and have it included in the purchase price of their home. We do this with builders all the time. And it makes things so that, you know, if there are unexpected costs at the end, it's just one less thing they have to worry about. Same thing goes with renovations. If they're doing a purchase plus improvements mortgage, we can give them an estimate so that they can include that, hand that into their mortgage broker and have it included in the purchase price of the home. If we miss the ball at the financing stage, it's not a problem. A really great time after that is if someone is building a new home is when they receive the possession letter from the builder. And the possession letter typically comes out 30 to 45 days in advance of possession. And so there's a really specific reason why I use that timeline, which I will get into in a second. But likewise, if they're going to be doing a renovation and they know when they're going to take possession of the house and start that renovation, that's a really great time to get the conversation started. And then finally, as well with renovations, if they don't have window sizes, the best time for us to come in is when the new windows have been installed, because they typically, once they put the casings in, it does change the size of the windows a little bit. And we can always come in when someone's taken possession. But there is a reason why I said that 30 to 45 days before possession. And that leads me to the next question, is how long does it take for blinds to be installed once they've been ordered? So pre-COVID, our average lead time on manufacturing, shipping to delivery and install was 2 to 3 weeks. Because of everything that's going on in the world, there's been delays in manufacturing as well as significant delays in shipping. Now we are looking at lead times of about 6 weeks. It could be sooner, but 6 weeks is kind of the ballpark that we're giving people. And this isn't just with Camelot Interiors, this is industry-wide. So if you're working with another company, with your clients, knowing that it could take up to 6 weeks for them to get blinds once they've ordered them can make a significant impact on your clients' lives. So let's say they take possession of a home, we're coming into summer solstice, the days are really long, maybe they have little kids. Would it be convenient for them to be living in a home for 6 weeks without blinds, without privacy, without the ability to block out the light so that they can sleep at night or their kids can sleep at night? So that's why I say that 30 to 45 days before possession is a great time to start having that conversation, because many times we can have product ordered and then we can install it the day that the clients take possession of the house. So again, mitigating that stress for the clients. So those are my big 3 questions that I get all the time that I think would be really helpful for you. The other really quick questions just about our company really quickly. Where is your store? We don't have a store. We are a shop at home business. So the best place to choose your window coverings are in the space where they're going to be. Things like your flooring, the way the light hits your window, how it reflects off the paint will affect the way that the product looks in your window. So it's really the best idea to pick them in the space where they are going to be. So we load up with samples, we come out and we do a consultation with the clients in their home. Why is there such a difference between brand pricing? So like anything else, you get what you pay for. Everything that we carry is manufactured in North America. That is important to us. That way we know that it meets Canadian safety standards, which are quite rigorous actually in our industry, which you might not realize. And we know that they've been made in a way that is compliant with everything that we need to have in Canada. And so can you get a less expensive product? Yes. Can you guarantee that that product won't fade, warp, break, fray? That's something that we know that based on a lot of the products in the market can't be guaranteed. And so that's why we choose to carry the brands that we choose. And that's why a lot of times there is a big variance in pricing among companies. So lots of times if I hear someone saying that someone is doing something for way more or way less, chances are we're not comparing apples to apples. So there's a little bit of buyer beware out there. A great thing I would always recommend all clients have, again, whether they work with us or not, is to make sure that they have some sort of warranty and ask what the service program is if there was a problem with the blind. So why not DIY? Of course you could DIY. Big box stores, all of them carry blinds. A few years ago, there was kind of a big shakeup in the blind industry where they decided that box stores and private dealers like ourselves wouldn't carry the same products because it was just, we could not compete with big box stores and their pricing. So we have access to things that the box stores don't. As well, we provide all of our own installation services as a part of the price. So we don't hire out third-party installers. And the other piece is that we do all of our own service and repairs. So what I'm telling you is that when you work with Camelot Interiors, the only two people you will ever talk to or see are myself and Chris. We're the company. We do all of our own installs. We do all of our own repairs, all of our own sales. If you have a problem, we have our name behind our company and we're there to help our clients. So that's the value that we provide if someone is looking, has the budget to have a company come in and help them out with that. But DIY is always, it's totally okay. So the last part is just, I wanted to talk really quickly about how we work with your clients. So we start with a phone call or an email. We do a little bit of information gathering, get an understanding of what they would like and what their needs are. And then we book a consultation. Then we do an in-home consultation, pardon me. With everything that's been going on with COVID, we do have the ability to do a virtual consultation if someone is not comfortable with us coming in the home. But like I said before, the best place to choose a blind is in the space. If I hold up a product here, it might not look the same with my blue walls and the way the light's coming in my window as it would in your space. So we can start off with a virtual consultation if that makes them comfortable, and then move to a more of a personal consultation in the home. And then we get the client a quote. We have a 24-hour guarantee on turnaround times for our quotes. I don't think we've ever gone 24 hours. So chances are you'll have that, your client will have that pricing by the end of the day. Then we take a deposit, 50% is due upon order, which then we place the order, and then the balance is due when we complete the install. And once the order arrives, we contact the client and book a time for an installation. So as Maxwell real estate agents, we do have a special offer for you and your clients. So we will offer access to builder pricing on all of our Hunter Douglas and Shade-O-Matic window coverings through Camelot Interiors. And so all your clients need to know is to give us a shout or an email and mention that they are a Maxwell client. Or the other thing we really love is if you reach out to us and create an introduction. And you could do that by email or by phone call. And we would love to get started working with your clients on that. So this is my contact information. If you want to reach out, you have questions, or you want to introduce me to one of your clients, my email is janice@camelotinteriors.com. We have our website, as well as Alex mentioned, we do have offices in Edmonton and Calgary. So we have numbers in both those cities. Both those numbers go directly to my phone. And if you want to see what we're up to and the kind of projects that we've worked on over the years, please come and give us a follow on Instagram and Facebook at Camelot Interiors. So I don't know if anyone has any questions or if there was anything I left out, but I would be happy to answer those now.
Yes, there are. Every time you were just kept going, you were answering another one of the questions. So one of the questions was going to be, what does being a preferred partner of Maxwell Realty mean and how does it benefit? But you answered that one, so cross that one off the board. But just to let the Maxwell agents out there know, this is available through Max Central. So it would be in the preferred partner section, and then search down and find Camelot Interiors. If anyone, you couldn't really tell from the photos, just for those that are listening, that Chris is like 7 feet tall. So he was born to install blinds and be in this industry. So he found his life's passion for sure. But we do have another question. Is there a discount on drapes too? And I guess, do you install drapes?
So great question. Yes, we do drapery. I always deliver this with a bit of a caveat. Everything we do is custom. And when it comes to custom drapery, all of our stuff is handmade in a workshop in Calgary. So it is not inexpensive. So when I talk with clients about drapery, I get really open and honest about what to expect price-wise, because the consultation and the ongoing sort of process with drapery is much more involved than that with doing like blinds and shades. But yes, we would happily pass along a discount to Maxwell clients with drapery as well. I just like to prepare people that we do have a little bit more of a frank conversation with people when it comes to drapery, because it's not your Bouclair or your IKEA type pre-made pricing. If that makes sense.
Yeah, no, that makes good sense. Oh, there we go. I'm like, how do I stop you from sharing? Okay, sorry. There we go. Now it's the two of us. I was trying to figure out how to get back to this since we're at the question stage. So then you kind of have spoken to the process a little bit, and let's say someone's looking at buying an existing home. So agents helping them out, they can tell that there's definitely some blinds that need to be done, but they won't have access to the home until possession day. What's the best, and they want blinds right away. What's kind of the best thing that they can do to prepare for that?
Yeah, we can't order blinds without measuring the windows. So not having access does prevent us from being able to get that order in quick, like in that timely manner. And again, that access depends, I suppose, on a lot of things. But what we have done is at inspection, we've gone in with the inspector and done window measurements at that time. And a lot of times both the buyers and the sellers are okay with that. But what I would recommend then is, if that's not a possibility, is if someone knows they'll know their possession date. So let's say they have a 30-day close, that we book that appointment for the day they take possession to come in and do a consultation, so that we can get that process started as quick as possible.
Awesome. Yeah, just if you're listening out there, it would be very important to also have the seller know that not just the inspector is coming in. So yes, let them know that they're bringing in someone else to check out the blinds as well. I think the last question I have is, I know you briefly talked about the do it yourself, DIY.
You got it.
Do it yourself versus having you guys. Can you kind of talk about a little bit more about the warranty and the service call piece, and why that would be such an important aspect of hiring a professional like you guys?
Yes. So all of our products have a limited lifetime warranty. So the limited part of that is, it is on manufacturer defects. So if your dog eats your blind, that's not covered. But if, strings break or there's warping, fading, all that kind of stuff, that's something that would be a manufacturing defect. And the limited also, applies to, it's for the time that you own that home. So if you were to sell the home and someone else comes in, the warranty doesn't apply to them. For 1 year after we install blinds, we come out and service those for free. And then if there is anything beyond that 1 year, there is a service fee for us to come out. But again, the warranty would cover any sort of manufacturing defects.
And I can attest firsthand that they do come out and do service calls and help.
Yeah, and like things happen. We do carry high quality products, but there are things where something breaks down, and it doesn't serve us well not to go out and help our clients with that sort of thing. And one thing that I've had a lot of calls about lately is that companies that have shut down due to COVID and they can't get their items warrantied. And so that's just not something that we believe in doing and passing the buck. So we are here to help repair or get those warranty items out and fixed and back in the house as soon as possible.
Plus, everyone likes supporting local, which is always good. So a nice added bonus. So Janice, I don't see any other questions. I think that wraps us up. Unless there's anything else, last thing you'd like to say to everyone out there, other than thanks for watching.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is where we're going to bid you adieu then. So thank you to everyone for following us on our bi-weekly. Oh, never mind. As soon as I say it. You're very welcome, Jillian. You're very welcome. Thank you for following us and watching on our bi-weekly strategic partner education series. Our next one is not going to be happening. It would have been on Canada Day. So we will be having Sarah Van Dusen of High Level Marketing talking to us about Google and Facebook and how to use those more effectively. And thank you so much to our guest today, Janice Baskin from Camelot Interiors, for educating us about the world of blinds and a small bit about drapery.
Yes. Well, thank you so much for having me. This was fantastic.
Okay, awesome. See you guys.
Thank you.